Hello and welcome to another tutorial video. On this channel we work on a variety of things, a variety of concepts, and today we're going to be looking at the next part 3 in Unit 14 of the Level 9 Harmony course published through the Royal Conservatory of Music. Today we're going to be looking at the material on pages 173 to 177 in the textbook. And I'll share my screen so we can see the material together. Today what we are going to be talking about is the bigger picture when organizing the structural aspects and details of a piece of music. Basically, when we speak on formal structure, we're thinking now about the large forms of a piece of music. So what are the different larger sections, as you may say, within a piece of music? In the previous video, I spoke on each phrase within a section and how sometimes music can be written with a parallel context where we have the first part of a piece that's then repeated and the sounds fairly similar between one phrase to the next. And also how sometimes composers write music with a contrasting phrase. So the second phrase of a musical section is different than the first. Now, today what we're going to be speaking about are a couple of different forms. The first form is called simple binary. And you can see here, simple binary basically means two sections. We have section A and then a very, very different section B. And in this particular piece by Johann Christian Bach, you can see how the structure is laid out where the first two lines is section A, which I will outline with a highlighter here. And then you can also see how in section B is a little bit different, where we have new music for this part. So I'll just put a little circle here. Now, something that's neat is that a couple of things we want to think about when working on structural analysis such as this is we want to find where are the sections in the piece. Where is section A? Where is section B? And also, as we'll see a little later, do some of the sections repeat themselves? The next thing we want to look for is what are the cadences at the end of each phrase. So you can see here, and I'll highlight this with blue, there is a cadence here. Whoops, I'll just delete that. I'm sorry. There is a cadence right here, half cadence. Here at the end of the second phrase, there's an authentic cadence. Then we have another half cadence and an authentic cadence. You can see how the first or antecedent phrase of both sections is a half cadence because the music feels like it's unfinished and the musical sentence wants to go on to the next musical idea. But then the end of the second phrase is traditionally an authentic cadence to confirm the end of the section. So that's something that will start to notice is a fairly common practice with when writing music. And something that's neat is that with simple binary, traditionally there are two sections, but the musical material, so the phrasing and chord structures, are different between section A and section B. Let me play this minuet and you'll hear what I mean. I will just change the camera angle here. So you can hear how both musical ideas, both sections are very different in there is no repeating first or second phrase. The consequent or antecedent thematic material does not come back in section B, but each musical section is not technically its own piece because it feels too short. So when they're added together, we get binary form. Now, rounded binary form is where we have section A and section B, but then a short recurrence of section A comes back later in the piece with the same melody of the opening or first part. This very famous piece by Mozart really highlights this. We have this interesting tune. And that musical idea in bars 1 to 4 actually comes back in bar 17 to the end. And what Mozart does is he actually um, copies the same musical sentence twice, but changes the chords. So he creates a nice familiarity, but at the same time, it's not exactly the same music as it was at the beginning. Something that's really neat is that in section B, there's an interesting couple of key changes here, but he uses the same rhythmic pattern, ti ti ta ta, ti ti ta ta, a variety of times. Something that's actually also very cool is that he wrote this piece at a very young age. I believe he was, 5 or 6 years old or something like that. So it's quite amazing to see such a wonderful structure, even at such a young age. Something that's interesting with this piece as well is you can see how at the end of each of the musical sentences or phrases, there are some cadences that are outlined. And there's an interesting change of key in the first part of section B in the middle of the piece. But then he also uses a deceptive cadence a little bit later, while also having the same musical idea or melody from the opening part return at the end. Let's listen to this interesting piece now. And I'll change the camera angle so we can see the keyboard while I play. So it's a very nice, short little piece, but it's also packed full of musical ideas and interests. So that helps to outline two of the important forms. We have binary, simple binary, and rounded binary. In the next tutorial, we'll be outlining a couple of other musical forms, and I look forward to seeing you for that one very soon. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and look forward to seeing you at the next tutorial. Take care for now.